So today we're going to explore the Sketches app. This is one of my new favorite apps. As you can see, it opens up to the sketchbook, but with your preferences, which is the gear icon, you can go to the preferences again, and you can actually turn on coloring books as well. So to your right, you can see that I have my sketchbook. If you scroll to the right, there's some activities you can work on, and then there's some coloring books too as well. You can explore some coloring pages. So after my tutorial, feel free to look at those. But today I'm going to show you how to use the basic drawing tools from your sketches. You can also create your own folders if you'd like. But in your sketchbook, you can have as many drawings as you want. I'm going to create a new one by doing the plus sign in the gear icon. With the gear, you can choose what kind of paper you want, or you could choose a photo if you would like to import a photo to draw on top of, which is really fun if you want to go on top of a animal, get better draw something, and practicing those lines and things like that. I'm going to go on in, press check, a nice white paper with a nice texture. I'm going to go through each of the tools on the left and different ways to use them so you can get started right away. On the left, you can see that the tool that is selected is currently red. When you tap each tool, it turns red. I'm going to start from the top, and we have a pencil that's kind of thick and rough. Next, we have a thin pen, very even, a rounder pen after that, then a thin brush, really great for creative expressive lines. After that, looks more like a crayon, very rough. Below that is a flat tip brush, get some really cool brush strokes going on with that. Then a round brush. When you layer over those, they do become darker, which is really cool. The next one after that, I think a lot of people will love, is actually an airbrush feature. Below that is a pen, a standard old school pen nib, so it's a really inky, uneven lines, really awesome. After that, there's the pattern tool, so you can actually freehand your own image, and then it will fill it in for you. You can also add text or different shapes. So to move something around, you can just use it one finger. You can rotate by turning with 2. You can also pinch it to make it smaller. Move it around. Press the check mark when you're done. If you need to erase something, you can select the eraser button and erase something away from your page. You can also press the undo button or the redo button if you want to get rid of something or redo something. Maybe you're not sure if you like something or not, so you can go back and forth between the undo and the redo. Then one of my favorite tools is the blending tool. So I'm going to put a second color on, and to choose a second color, you look at the box that's in the bottom right, click on that, you can choose any color here. If you want a more specific color than the pre-selected ones, you hold down on the colors, and then this menu for all these other different colors pop up, and you can move around and choose the color. The main box is the value, and the bottom part is the hues. You can mess around and choose your favorite colors. Put some on, and back to the tools. Below the eraser is the tortillon. So that is our blender tool, and actually can help you blend your colors and your artwork so they make nice and smooth. Nice smooth airbrush looking effect, blending them together, making our values go together. After the tortillon or blender tool is the X-Acto knife, which you can use to cut things out by drawing around something, and you can either move it, taking the whole thing and moving it, or you can hold with 2 fingers oops, kicked out, try again. I'll go back to a new one, that's okay. So I'm just going to do a basic little drawing so I can show you how to use the X-Acto tool. Go around. I said you can either move it, or you can use 2 fingers, and you make a copy of it. Tap and hold to make a copy. After that, when you have your copies, You also can use a ruler, and if you select the ruler one, you can actually see, okay, are these lined up? Obviously for this one, they would not be evenly lined up, but you can rotate the ruler to see what angle they'd be on, or if you're wondering what line that is. That brush stroke is on about a 39-degree angle. You select the ruler again. You can also create symmetrical designs like a mandala. So I'm going to create some really cool marks, and it will automatically make a symmetrical design for me based on the lines of symmetry that I have selected, which is really awesome. Then you also have the option to create a straight line. So if you really want to make sure you have a straight line, this tool, if you select the straight line one, will always make a straight line no matter where you put your finger. From where you start to where you let go will be a straight line. So those are all the basic tools of the Sketches app. The one other thing that I really want to show you is that on the right side, right over there, there is a double line with dots. The top dot is how opaque the writing is, so if it is see-through or not. So the more opaque it is, or the lower the opacity, the lighter it is, versus the higher percentage, the darker it is, and the harder it is to see through it. The second dot on the bottom is how large or small your brush is, or your tool is. So you can make it really small. So for example, you have this paintbrush, and turn off the line feature. Cool paintbrush, we can make it bigger, really big paintbrush if we wanted to. Or we can make it really teeny. So we can definitely experiment with that. There are a lot of other features that you can pay for if you want, talk to your family about, but so many you can do with just free features that you really don't need to. There's a lot of tutorials over here that you can look through. Plenty of tutorials there. You can also, when you open up your dock, you can record yourself, you can save it, you can change some settings. And your preferences, you can turn on autosave, so every 3 minutes your drawing saves. You also can turn on or off the sounds. Some people like those, some people don't. And like I said, you can have coloring books or not. There are so many cool things you can play around with. Don't worry, don't go overwhelmed. Just start with a simple playing around with the tools on the left and experimenting with different colors and seeing how they look together. Well, happy creating, and thanks for watching.